Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, we're going to talk to an international expert on franchising. We're going to talk about how you can rapidly expand your business. That's next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, perhaps the most famous franchise on earth is McDonald's. If you've seen the movie, The Founder, it talks about the McDonald's story. And it's a way to become very wealthy and grow your business tremendously by learning from the expertise of those who came before you. Ronak Patel is in the studio. He's the franchising consulting company expert. Thank you for coming on our show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Before we get into franchising, what is it and how you can get a part of the movement, I want people to appreciate your journey. Your dad came to this country with how much in his pocket?
Yeah, he came with $6 in his pocket back in 1975. He did a lot of side jobs coming to New Jersey. And then quickly he moved to Texas where he got his first motel.
And the motel business, you were telling me a statistic, 70% of the motels and hotels in America are owned by Indian Americans?
Yes, actually there's an organization or lobbyist group called AHOA, Asian American Hotel Owners Association, and they represent 60% of the hotels in the U.S.
Let's go ahead and pull up the AHOA website because I want to speak to that. Tell us about this association, and you were actually just serving on a panel, weren't you?
Yes, we had a national convention a few weeks ago, and I was a part of the expert panel showing the other industries outside of hotel and lodging. There are 72 sectors. One of them just happens to be hotel and lodging. The other 71 is what I represent as being an equity partner with FCC, the franchise consulting company.
Absolutely. And staying with that subject for a second, you are campaigning for a Heritage Month.
That's right. It's India Heritage Month. August 15th, 1947 is our liberation. This year marks 77 years of our liberation. What I like to do is, just like other ethnic groups, have a month to celebrate our achievements, our accomplishments, our cuisine, our diversity. Just like Black History Month in February, I propose in August for a national month that would be marked on the calendars for us to celebrate.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about the franchise industry. And you were making the point before the show, it is red hot right now, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Well, 2020, during the pandemic, everyone just had to stay at home. You walk by a leaky faucet, you're going to want to fix it. What we've seen is home services just skyrocketed.
Okay, we're going to pull up the franchise consulting company website, and as we scroll down the website, it looks like you guys give a tremendous amount of support to the people who hook up with you. Talk about everything from marketing help to strategy, finding location.
Sure, absolutely. FCC, the franchise consulting company, represents just about 200 consultants today. We are looking to double up this year. We are in 13 different countries. We also hold expos, the Great American Franchise Expo that we have 12 times a year. And in Texas or in Dallas, we have actually 2. It's a booming market, and also we do have a Franchise Journal. Franchise Journal is a magazine that goes to 500,000 entrepreneurs every month.
Absolutely. And what I know about your organization is you want everybody to be successful. And so if somebody comes to you and says, hey, I think I want to open up a sandwich shop or something like that, you have a series of questions just to figure out, okay, do you want to be kind of an absentee owner, or are you going to be making the sandwiches? Talk about the due diligence that you put people through.
Well, usually it takes 6 to 8 weeks. We are matchmakers to investors, and connecting them with franchises. So we start with the customer questionnaire. The customer questionnaire is their strengths, weaknesses, financials, and territories. That's the starting point. And from there, we just go through the journey.
And their tolerance for being in the business or working on the business, and sometimes a person might come to you saying, I think I want to open up a quick lube, and they leave with a Subway shop.
Yes, it happens all the time. Status is very important. And case in point, a typical investor would come and say, hey, I don't care what business, I just want high margins. Noted. So I would offer him something like a pet cemetery, Reading Rainbow. Well, the wife, did mention that that would not be something that they would want to be a part of. It's a status issue because they're a doctor. So that's why it's important to go through the process of a customer questionnaire. And also I do a business profile through Zoracle as well to really find out and get their, assessment, really understand what they're looking for.
Absolutely. We're going to show the Dream Team on the website, and this goes on for days. I mean, just brag about the quality of the consultants that you've assembled.
Oh, absolutely. Some of my, keynotes that I work exclusively with is Greg Gasparini. He's been around, I believe, over 10 years with the company, as well as Dave Sullivan, just to name a few.
And their background, and these are not people who read a book about franchising. These are people who have actually rolled up their sleeves and they're actively involved. And they
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Reputation's everything. So yes, we are experts in our field, and there's no cost to us. We actually get paid from the franchise. Just like a realtor when they close a deal, the same thing with the franchise consultant.
And so explain why somebody let's suppose somebody wants to open a donut shop. They could open a donut shop and kind of do it by trial and error, and they would learn a lot in the first year or two. Or they could buy a donut franchise where there's a system and you're getting a lot more support when you buy a franchise.
Absolutely. It's performance-based, and one of the, keys that you would want to see is something called the FDD, the Franchise Disclosure Document. And two things I would like to highlight, Item 7 and Item 19. Item 7 is a line-by-line of inventory, capital, food. It's basically how much it costs to buy the business. Item 19 is an earnings statement, a financial statement of all the branches.
Why is this fun for you? I mean, you got a great smile, and it's clear that you really enjoy what you do.
Thanks. It's in my wheelhouse. I grew up with humble beginnings. Grew up at Dallas Park Motel, 20-unit independent property, short-time motel. And when I graduated college, I didn't have kids back then, but in the event I had kids, I did not want to be a part of it. I just saw a lot of things that, that gave me a little bit of experience. And
Sure.
My family and my peers, they all had a portfolio. So I knew the minute they graduated, they would have, tens of millions of dollars in assets. And, I just had a different route.
Absolutely, and your knowledge of the hotel industry is unparalleled, and I imagine somebody who has several motels or hotels would actually be a good fit for opening up a related franchise.
Absolutely. There's some that are in our inventory now, especially with the employment and
Sure.
service and maintenance. There's quite a few that are out there that are in their ecosystem.
Absolutely. Okay, we're almost out of time. So final thoughts. If somebody's kind of wanting to kick the tires on this, they can reach out to you through the website and have a no obligation phone call or Zoom call with you?
Absolutely. You can reach out at Ronak at thefranchiseconsultingcompany.com. That's RONAK at the franchiseconsultingcompany.com.
Outstanding. All right, we're going to end with that website, which is thefranchiseconsultingcompany.com. Ronak, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
You bet. That's it for now. We'll see you next time.